Of La Penta. This is WICR.
Hello everyone, Joe D and Jersey Joe back in action, and in the quotes of Ray Hudson, Lionel Messi lives in the electromagnetic spectrum.
Well, wait a second. That's not how he says it. Let's really hear how he says it.
You want to give? You want?
I want you to say it. Let's hear it.
I don't know. I can't pull off a Ray Hudson. I don't even want to try because he's at a different level, like Lionel Messi is than everyone else, just at a different level. But we are here for our La Liga version of things. And let's be honest, there's really only 3 clubs we need to talk about here. But what an exciting battle it's been between all 3. We all understand Real Madrid, Barcelona, and Atletico Madrid are far above the rest in La Liga. But they are just all fantastic clubs. But the gap has tightened, Joe D. Real Madrid only up a point on Barcelona. They will play again in El Clasico in a few weeks.
I can't wait.
But, oh my God, if you want to get into soccer and you're kind of on the fence, if you watch El Clasico, I think you'll just change everything you look at the sport.
And the beauty of this game is it's a regular season game.
Yes.
But it has the feel of a Super Bowl, of a championship game. It's electric. It's electric.
You can't find that just electricity out of. I mean, the fans don't stop chanting from the second that starts to the second it ends. It's amazing.
I think they're already chanting.
Oh, they are chanting, and Barca fans are chanting, but Real fans may be chanting something a little different. We've seen a little bit of struggles coming out of Real Madrid. Atletico handing them a 4-0 loss last weekend. What's going on with this Real Madrid club?
A lot. You got to be concerned if you're Real Madrid right now. You go out against your rivals and you put out the goose egg. 4-0 defeat.
And let's be honest, they were just dominating every phase of that game.
Not a chance.
Not a chance.
They did not stand the chance from the opening whistle, and I was shocked. But there's one thing I'll tell you about Atletico is that Diego Simeone knows how to beat this Real Madrid team. I think after that Champions League loss, he's sat down and he's realized what needs to be done to defeat this team, and he's a tactical genius.
He really is. I mean, look, it's not just that it's been in the La Liga Reyes. It's been in Copa del Rey, too. They've just had an answer for everything Real has done. Now, part of it might think would be Ronaldo, but Ronaldo's back. You had him this weekend. Let's go to Gareth Bale, though, because we've seen he has gotten a lot of criticism from the Real Madrid supporters. Is it warranted, or are they being a little hard on the guy?
You know what? You hate to say that it's warranted, but if you look and you watch, you kind of start thinking, wow, are the fans right? Are their players right? Calling him selfish, calling him hahager. I mean, there have been several opportunities where there's been a tap-in goal available and he doesn't make the pass. And it makes you wonder why. And I think part of the reason is you have all these guys who before coming to Real Madrid were stars on their own club. A lot of them were the main guy. Or, the number 2 guy. Now they go to Real Madrid and they're not number 1 anymore. So it's a power rush. You want to be the savior. You still want to be number 1, but you're not going to be. And I think that's really the concern here is you have so many superstars that want to still be superstars and they won't accept the role player. They won't accept that title and they want to still be everyone's hero.
Very interesting. And also, Sergio Ramos, one of the better defenders in the world, was not in this game, which might have been part of it, but still, it was just an overall game where they were just clearly not the better club that day. But let's go to Barcelona because they are playing as well as anybody in world football right now. It just seems like we were talking a little bit before the show about Luis Suarez and his difficult transition to the team. But right now, how well is this guy playing?
At first, when you watch Suarez, you were concerned and you said, wow, they spent all this money to bring this guy over and you're not getting anything. I remember fans early on saying, let's put him on the bench. Let's put Pedro back in there. He's great. What are we doing with Suarez in here? But now finally he's settled in and he's certainly becoming. He's scoring goals, and he's setting up goals, which is very, very important here. Unlike Gareth Bale, who won't pass the ball up.
Yeah.
All these guys are constantly giving up their goal for somebody else, and that's the true beauty of this team, is that nobody cares who scores. If Messi scores 5 times, wonderful, but he has no problem passing it off to a wide-open teammate to get the ball in the back of the net.
And that's one of the things that you've got to love about the Barca team is just, like you said, I mean, just the willingness to play. I mean, we saw a guy like Suarez, one of the leading scorers in the Premier League with Liverpool, and then he comes in. Just watch them play. Look how many great opportunities he creates for his teammates. It's the same. I mean, we all understand. Messi creates better opportunities for teammates than anyone else. I mean, who passes the ball better than Lionel Messi?
It's absolutely phenomenal watching him, and it's honestly a treat watching him every single time that I turn on the television. And if you're listening and you haven't watched Lionel Messi, please do me a favor, go to YouTube, watch some highlights. You'll be in awe. You'll be shocked at how elegant and how great he is on the ball. It's just phenomenal. It's like if you're a big football fan and you keep watching Odell Beckham Jr.'s one-handed catch. That's 90 minutes with Lionel Messi. It's just unbelievable. And what makes him so good is, I mean, here's a guy who's small. He's a small guy, but his ability to hold off defenders and attract defenders and pass the ball at such a high rate, efficiency is just phenomenal. Always putting the ball where it needs to be.
I mean, when I compare him to people, I always say LeBron James, because when you talk about LeBron, it's not just that he could score in any way to beat you. It's just the way he elevates teammates is the biggest threat in itself. And that's the same story with Lionel Messi. It's not just that he can score from anywhere on the pitch. It's just that he can just get the ball to his teammates, creates just golden opportunities. In the words of Ray Hudson, again, magisterial is the best way to describe Lionel Messi. But let's talk, because a couple of weeks ago, it seemed like there was a lot of trouble at Barca. It seemed like Lionel Messi, he liked the Chelsea page on Instagram, and he liked the Manchester City page on Instagram, and then he wanted out, and Luis Enrique and him were not getting along. Seems like at this point, things have really stabilized. Is it safe to say that things at Barca are very, very rock steady right now?
Absolutely. I mean, you can't really look into the social media things of sports. I'm not a believer of that. I mean, quite frankly, everyone's a fan. And it's a little concerning if, a player's liking a rival team. In this case, maybe a future team. But you can't get concerned with that. And when it all comes down to it, and they're playing on the field and everything is all right, that's all that matters. And things are perfectly fine. I wouldn't consider that I wouldn't be concerned.
Very good. Well, we've talked a lot about both clubs, but we all understand we laid the points out in front of you. So now the final word. Jody, 54 points for Real Madrid right now, 53 for Barcelona. Are we going to see a momentum shift to carry the rest of the season? Is Barca going to overtake Real?
That's a tough one. I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say they are. I think right now they're playing the best soccer that they've played all year. I think that they'll continue to play at a high level, and that'll be interesting with both these teams still in the Champions League. I think Champions League has a huge impact on how teams play in their league. I think if you're still in it in Champions League, there's a bigger push to succeed in Champions League than actually succeeding in your league. It's great to be the winner and the best team in Spain. It's another thing to be the best team in Europe.
In Europe, yes.
So I think it doesn't only have to do with these two teams in La Liga. It's even if you go back to the English Premier League with Manchester City and Chelsea. It's going to be interesting to see who's still there later on.
I agree.
And seeing if I think that does play a role down the stretch there. There's more games, of course. You're playing more games. So I think Barca will take over. But if Real Madrid were to get bounced early and all focus now goes on La Liga, then they're going to be playing to win because that's the only thing they have left. So it'll definitely be interesting. I still have faith in Barcelona to take it.
Very good points. I didn't even really think about the Champions League equation if one of them gets bounced out. And let's be honest, I mean, Barcelona's got a pretty tough path. I mean, Manchester City is going to be what a game that is going to be between both those clubs. But I think as of right now, we've seen such a momentum shift in La Liga. I mean, it seems like right now that Barca's just clicking on all cylinders. Lionel Messi is 90% of the battle. Luis Suarez is playing so well. Neymar is playing. Everything couldn't be better for Barcelona right now. That is going to do it for our La Liga recap. Stay with us, and when we come back, we will be talking about the magisterial, you'll hear me say that word many times, UEFA Champions League and everything it entails. So stay with us, and we will be right back.